guys, Rye Guy here. I want to do a lesson, and what we're going to talk about, we're going to be in the A blues pentatonic. We're going to narrow it down to 3 notes, and I've done these kind of lessons before. I wanted to do another one. Basically, 100% of the time, with my students, they'll start playing a solo, and it just, no direction, no nothing, and we just try to get down to rhythmic phrasing, which is way more important in the beginning especially than the note choice itself. Now, if we have this whole scale, what happens with absolutely everybody is the solo isn't quite going the direction that they want it to go, so they think that they have to add more notes into it, you know? And that's why I'll also get like, well, what about the second position pentatonic and the third position pentatonic, which is so unimportant if you don't have a good, strong, rhythmic phrase base to your playing. You're gonna get lost no matter what. So if we narrow it down to these 3 notes, and with some students I do 2, with some students I do 1, and with some students I just have them clap because they can't get a rhythmic phrase down and be able to repeat it. All right, so but for sake of that, and because this isn't a one-on-one, we're gonna do 3 notes. So I'm gonna move in here, we're gonna go to the 10th fret of our E string, 8th fret of our E string, and then 10th fret on the B, that's it. Now, it might seem like you can't do anything with those, but the changes that you can make just to those 3 notes really does open an endless stream of licks that you can have. So if I were to put this on, what I want you guys to do for the first round is just, and I'm not gonna play like for too long, but just listen to the phrasing. You're getting a nice amount of rest here, all right? And then come in with almost the same thing. Just 8, 10, 8 on that bottom string. And then just 8 to the 10th fret in the second. That's it, just those 2 notes. And then repeat those back to back. Get that phrasing in there. Now when it switches to this 5 chord, something different. Repeat it again. And just end on a resolution, because that's my A right there. All right, so that is way more important. Now, if you go to an open jam, like a blues jam or something, you know, your local venue, local bar, and you go in and you play that, you're gonna be looked at as a much more mature player. Your note choice is great, your phrasing is great. All right, if you go in, you know, which happens at these open blues jams. It just ends up being jumbled because you're adding too many notes. You're kind of getting lost in just too many options and narrowing your options down. All right, so I'm gonna play one solo that I want you guys to follow along with. Okay, so I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get nice and close to the camera. All right, I'm gonna play it using those 3 notes. Remember, 10 and 8 on the first string, 10 on the second string. I want you guys to play it back. So see if you can get it and learn it, and then play it back. So 8, 10, 8, and then 8, and then 10 on the second string. That's it, 2 10s on the second string. And then we're gonna do the same exact thing for the next round. So it goes to the 4 chord. And I give it a little bend and then cut it off, and then same thing. Now when it happens twice, the listener starts to recognize it. Now when it goes to the 5 chord, we change 10, 8, 10 on the first string, and then we'll end with, that's it, nice and easy. Now the reason I want you to learn that is because I can change it, but only a little bit. That's it, staying on that 8. Right, a couple pull-offs, a couple hammer-ons, but I'm not changing the note itself. Letting that phrasing happen too. All right, allowing that phrasing to continue. Gets digestible almost in that little bit of time. All right, that's it. So stick to those 3 notes. and really, really mess around. And don't forget, as part of the rhythmic phrasing, this 10th fret on your second string is gonna be your A, that's your root note, that's your your home bass. To build a little bit of tension, it's why if you end a lick on that 8 on the first string, it's why I have that first lick with a little bit of bend, gives it like a little bit of tension. You can hear that's the bass note, right? And then if this is the bass note, playing that 10 on the second string resolves everything. So you basically, nice rhythmic phrasing, ending on that 8 to give it a little bit of tension, and then ending on that 10 on the second string to resolve it. Just messing around with that will give you endless options, even if you're a more advanced player, you know? So I want you guys to try that. Let me know if you have any questions or if that helped get you out of, you know, what I kind of call the cul-de-sac of guitar solos, where it's just like, you know, you have no direction, you don't know where it's going, you're just kind of like trying to throw in more notes and you start tripping over yourself. Let me know how that goes, and we're gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna get into some other genres as well, all right? Cool, thanks guys.